I'm sorry, I'm leaving the lights on. It might make you all a little bit awkward, but I promise it's gonna get a lot worse. Hi, my name is Rayan Mughal, and my pronouns are Ghus Beti. And you would do well to hide your jewelry or any gold or any Mangal Sutras right about now. For who knows when I may suddenly eat some mutton and do some boat jihad? I have a disclaimer to make. Some of the words I'm going to use in this piece have been used exactly the same way in another piece I did a while ago. What's frighteningly sad is just how apt those words remain even now. And that is about the only disclaimer you are going to get from me. Fuck trigger warnings. I'm going to read to you some words that Dareen used to describe an incident that she experienced that came with absolutely no trigger warnings. I heard the name Dareen, so I woke up. And then I heard someone say her entire family was killed. I said, me? They said, yes, that's you. I said, no, my parents are not dead, they're still here. I said, you're lying, you're liars, they weren't killed, they're alive. I was in a coma for 15 days. I couldn't remember anything that happened to me. I couldn't remember my name or anything else. I only maybe remember that I saw my father in front of me before he was killed. Everyone in the house was killed. My mother killed. My father killed. My brother Waleed, who was 8 years old, killed. My dadi, my nani, killed. My dada, my nana, killed. My uncles and aunties from my father's side, killed. My uncles and aunties from my mother's side, killed. There were many children. The house was filled. They were all killed. Only Kinan and I were rescued from under the rubble. 11-year-old Dareen Albaya lost her entire family in a single strike in Gaza in February this year. Raise your voices for Gaza. Mother of democracy, just the other day, I heard a queer activist, the most sovereignized of cisgender gay men, say that the Prime Minister is like a father figure. काफी मनहूस लोग हैं. Patriotism में भी पेट्रियाकी घुसपैठ दिए. Mother of democracy, PM पापा है. ऑपोजिशन को जेल में बिठा दिए थे. सुप्रीम कोर्ट को बचाने के लिए आना पड़ा. वही सुप्रीम कोर्ट जिसको क्वियर लोग की शादी से एतराज, और आप बोलो मदर ऑफ डेमोक्रेसी. I find myself deeply and repeatedly depressed these days. And I know that there's some who don't feel that way, and I do not envy them, for I do fear them. For there's only a specific kind of person who can refrain from feeling depressed at least sometimes, at least somewhere, when there's so much shit that surrounds, and it sounds like a person who lacks empathy. So no, I do not envy them, but I do fucking fear them. I mean, Gaza is no longer burning, it's resting in rubble. And we watch through privileged screens as they use Indian drones and American bombs to change an entire people into rubble. And yet, the Instagram influencers silent, complicit in their platform of silence. Breaking news, this just in, Palestinian lives do not matter. Muslim lives do not matter. I mean, where does genocide fall in your definition, huh? They say that history repeats itself. I never did quite buy into that. Me, always hoping, convinced we would do it. We were called the startup generation after all. Fuck millennials. These days, with the help of Meta, we are back to the days of dictators, concentration camps, and genocides. The Nakba never ended. I repeatedly and deeply find myself embarrassed to call myself a human these days. I'm going to read to you some other words that were used by another person about an incident that she experienced that came with no trigger warnings. Two vehicles came in with 30 to 40 people. We recognized them. They had weapons, all of them. Swords, spears, sticks, daggers, bows, and arrows. They started screaming, kill them, cut them up. They raped my two sisters and me, and behaved in a most inhuman way with my uncle and aunt's daughters. They tore our clothes and raped 8 of us. Before my very eyes, they killed my 3.5-year-old daughter. After raping me, they beat me up. Having been injured in my head, I fainted. They left assuming I was dead. Bilkis Banu, 2002, February, Gujarat. She wakes up to find 15 members of her family massacred around her. She's the only survivor. All the women, including the 3.5-year-old baby, were raped before they were killed. What if every Muslim person on Instagram took their profile pictures off? Would you even notice? Or do you follow so few you wouldn't even realize? What if no mosque in the entire world ever did the azan ever again? Would you only be glad you no longer had to hear it? What if every Muslim woman, every one of them, decided to never wear a burqa ever again? Would you gaslight yourself into believing that it was entirely a pro-feminist movement? What if every Muslim person went on an indefinite roza demanding for an end to the violence and hatred? Would you notice? Or like every Ramadan Eid innocently asked, but biryani kab ban rahi hai? What if every Muslim person, every one of them in your workplace, on the streets, the ones in this room disappeared? Would you notice? What if every Muslim person was killed? My name is Ryan.